Welcome to the Belated Tech Channel's 61st edition and second year of the Tesla and SpaceX Redux. We are reviewing the milestones that occurred on each day in the week of November 15th through November 21st in the history of Tesla, Neuralink, SpaceX, Starlink, The Boring Company, and Elon Musk's other businesses. November 15th, 2018, the SHALE-2 Qatari television satellite was launched on the Falcon 9 B5 rocket, booster 1047, from the Kennedy Space Center's Launch Complex 39A on this date. The booster successfully returned to a drone ship. The SHALE-2 was built by Japan's Mitsubishi Electric Company and operates at 26 degrees east longitude along a geostationary orbit to provide direct-to-home television services in the Middle East and the North Africa region. The launch was the first to use redesigned composite overwrapped pressure vessels whose original design was the source of the fault that destroyed the Amos 6 satellite and the Falcon 9 vehicle during a static test fire. November 16, 2020, the Crew 1 mission, Dragon C207, was lifted to the ISS by a Falcon 9 B5 rocket, booster 1061, from the Kennedy Space Center's Launch Complex 39A on this date. The booster successfully returned to a drone ship. It was the first crew rotation of the Commercial Crew program following the return in August of the Demo 2 crew test flight mission. C207 carried astronauts Victor Glover, Mike Hopkins, Shannon Walker, and Soichi Noguchi to the ISS for a 6-month stay. The first flight of the crew program was initially expected to launch in 2017, but finished final certifications by NASA just before this launch. November 17, 2019, Elon Musk tweeted a video on this date of the Boring Company's tunneling machine breaking through at the end of the Hawthorne test tunnel. The tunnel was situated nearby SpaceX's California headquarters. At the time, the Boring Company was planning on digging a tunnel to Dodgers Stadium and LAX Airport, as well as transitways in Baltimore, Maryland, and Chicago, Illinois. None of those tunnels were built. The Hawthorne test tunnel allowed free-driving Tesla cars to travel point to point. A production tunnel later built under the Las Vegas Convention Center also uses human-driven Tesla cars. Perhaps the biggest disappointment about the promises made by the Boring Company and Musk himself has been the high-speed pods that were supposed to be the key transportation element of their system. The pod, or 12-person people mover, was to be designed and built by Tesla, as well as a transit skate intended to ferry cars back and forth in the tunnels. There has been no word from Tesla as to when the pod or the skate will be released in prototype or production form. Want to know how to navigate our channel content? We refer to tech documentary segments as episodes. Coverage of current events in space exploration, science, and technology are labeled as shorts. Space and tech history are documented in an anthology called Milestones. Gameplay recordings can be discovered on the Belated Tech Gaming channel in videos called Walkthroughs and Side Missions. Reviews of tools and equipment hail from the Tool Crib, and reviews of small electronics and appliances arrive by way of the Radio Shed. Looking for a specific video on our channel that we may have mentioned in one of our other videos? Links to those episodes can be found in the description section below. Also, we have begun labeling our video titles with numbers, such as M105 for Milestones 105 or S49 for Short 49, so viewers can perform a title search. Finally, you can peruse our entire 300-plus video library by looking at our playlists, which conveniently sort videos by subject. November 18, 2019, Elon Musk tweeted on this date, "Congratulations to Ford for its announced all-electric Mustang Mach-E SUV. The car was designed to compete directly with the Tesla Model Y and has similar claim specifications. Ford announced the first model year will be 2021 and actually began shipments just before the end of 2020. Ford is expected to ship about 40,000 Mach-E's to customers in 2021. Musk has made no secret of his desire for all internal combustion engine vehicles to be fully replaced by electric vehicles, Whether or not it is Tesla that makes it happen In fact, the Tesla CEO has said Tesla's eventual bankruptcy would be an acceptable outcome if it meant that it was being put out of business by other electric vehicle manufacturers that were more successful in achieving his end goal. Thus far, Tesla seems in no danger of becoming bankrupt, but no question its success has spurred legacy automakers to jump on the EV bandwagon. November 19, 2020, Bloomberg published an article this date that reported China was advancing plans to invest in hydrogen fuel cell vehicles in spite of the technology's disparagement by Tesla CEO Elon Musk. The CCP intends on having 1 million fuel cell vehicles in operation by 2030. The country currently only fields a few thousand new fuel cell vehicles each year. Tesla is currently being sued by hydrogen fuel cell truck designer and manufacturer Nikola for patent infringement related to semi-truck chassis design. But Musk's disapproval of hydrogen fuel cell vehicles long predates the Nikola suit. On June 11th of 2020, Musk tweeted his approval of Clean Technica's chart that showed the relative energy efficiency of electric, fuel cell, and ICE power plants. Hint, the fuel cell was only about a fourth as efficient as an EV. Musk said, quote, "Fuel cells equal fool cells." No word on what the CCP thinks of Musk's viewpoint. Have you agreed with our choices, or do you think there are other events in space and tech history that are better? Go ahead and share with us by dropping a comment below. If you have suggestions for a space and tech milestone, let us know. We'll credit events we pick for future videos to those viewers that post them. We hope you have been enjoying our content. Have we earned your subscription to our channel? If yes, and you have not taken the opportunity to subscribe, please take a moment to do so now and click the bell notification icon so you don't miss upcoming videos. We want to continue delivering great content to you. You can always unsubscribe, and subscribing is free. November 20th, 2020. One day later, Bloomberg published a lengthy hit piece on Tesla's Gigafactory 2 in Buffalo, New York. The article was titled, quote, "Did Elon Musk forget about Buffalo? After $750 million in subsidies and years of delays, critics say the Tesla CEO hasn't done enough for the Gigafactory 2 solar panel factory." Who were the critics? John Caney, Executive Director of Government Accountability Gadfly Reinvent Albany; Raymond Walter, a Republican who lost his re-election bid to the New York State Assembly; an anonymous former senior employee and an anonymous former engineer involved in the original solar shingle project; and Carol and Jerry Garandi, homeowners living across the street from the Gigafactory 2, who were unable to order a solar glass roof. Taken as a whole, Bloomberg's critics made a couple valid points. New York's $750 million investment in Tesla has not paid off in terms of trickle-down tax revenue, jobs, or even sales of the solar glass roof itself. And Tesla's solar glass roof is expensive, with a payoff of no less than 11 years, assuming no durability problems and sufficient sunlight. The remainder of the criticisms in the article amounted to sour grapes and snide comments. Tesla shareholders have sued the company for the SolarCity acquisition and are still pressing a case against Musk himself, who has refused to yield or settle. Will solar glass eventually reward Tesla, the city of Buffalo, and the state of New York? That remains to be seen. November 21st, 2020, the Sentinel-6 satellite was lifted to orbit by Falcon 9 B5 rocket, booster 1063, from Vandenberg Space Force Base's Launch Complex 4E on this date. The booster successfully returned to a ground pad. The Sentinel-6 is named after the former director of NASA's Earth Science Program, Michael Freilich. The satellite is a radar altimeter craft, part of the Ocean Surface Topography Constellation. That constellation is a partnership between NOAA and NASA, and Europe's EUMETSAT, ESA, and CNES. On November 1st, 2021, Musk responded to David Beasley, director of the UN's World Food Program, who told CNN that a donation of just 2% of Musk's wealth, or $311 billion, would help solve world hunger and save millions of lives. Beasley said, quote, $6 billion to help 42 million people that are literally going to die if we don't reach them. It's not complicated. Musk said in response, quote, if WFP can describe in this Twitter thread exactly how $6 billion will solve world hunger, I will sell Tesla stock right now and do it. But it must be open source accounting so the public sees precisely how the money is spent. Beasley walked back on his claim, but still tweeted, quote, $6 billion will not solve world hunger, but it will prevent geopolitical instability, mass migration, and save 42 million on the brink of starvation. An unprecedented crisis and a perfect storm due to COVID, conflict, and climate crises. I could assure you that we can have the systems in place for transparency and open source accounting. Your team can review and work with us to be totally confident of such. The UN's World Food Program operates on an $8.5 billion annual budget, most of which is funded by the United States, Germany, and the United Kingdom. According to the American Enterprise Institute, only about $2.9 billion is actually distributed as direct food aid, the remainder being consumed by the program's bureaucracy and affiliated organizations. And of that $2.9 billion, most of that money ends up in the pockets of foreign governments, warlords, and contractors. A few $100 million worth of food actually ends up in the mouths of about 100 million people worldwide. Could a private $6 billion donation sidestep this corruption and actually feed an additional 42 million people? We'll keep you posted if it happens. We hope you enjoyed this 61st episode of Related Tech's Tesla and SpaceX Redux. If so, click that like button. Don't forget to subscribe or just stay in touch by following us on our microblogging accounts, which are listed below, as well as in the community feed for this channel. We announce all new videos on those outlets. Stay connected by occasionally checking our Instagram feed and Minds page, where we post content from our upcoming episodes and from episodes past that you may have missed, and where we cover current news and events related to channel content. Thanks for watching.